Hey Rachel, just saw your video, just enjoyed it. Couple of quick things. You made 2 points that I thought were interesting. One is you mentioning your child saying something was a girl's toy or a boy's toy, and I understand that. I'd once given a gift to a child for a birthday party. They were 3 years old, I think, and it was a girl, and I'd given her this like a sort of like a toy Home Depot tool set. It had the workbench and the plastic tools and the shapes to be hammered into the holes and saws and all that. And the response to that was, "Well, that's a boy's toy," and they accepted the gift, but that was their first response. And I thought that was unusual. And thinking about it now, and the point that you brought up, and that what's the difference, right? I mean, it's a toy that's meant to stir their imagination and to help problem solve and critical think. And how that was presented, be it a boy's toy or a girl's toy, really didn't matter. And they weren't going to know since they were so young. But it just goes to show you that the parents are sort of, that was their first reaction to it rather than what the toy does for their child. The second thing that you brought up was Everybody Loves Raymond and the mother. I love that show too. But the point that stood out is sort of the generational view of gender roles in society. Older generation, probably has very specific ideas of what they value and what they regard and highly regard as gender roles. And for women of an older generation is to serve either the family or the husband. And then our generation will have our thoughts, but I don't think that's going to reflect on what a newer generation, our kids, and what their values are until they start showing what their values are. And I think already now, for me, while I don't believe any spouse should serve the other or any one parent should serve the family in a traditional sense, as say our parents did, I certainly think that I'm stuck on what, for my two sons, what defines men and what characteristics and behavior are men. And anytime they don't show it, it's generally my go-to sort of responses. That's not really, you're not really doing what a man would do. That's not really manly in this situation. It's usually to promote a certain behavior that I value. Guilty of that for sure, but I thought that was an excellent point you also brought up. Anyway, thanks for your response and video, and look forward to more. Thanks.